Hello, everyone. This is Tim, and I want to talk a little bit about a few podcasts that I listen to these days when I have time. I've been actually having a hard time just getting through all the YouTube RPG videos. There's been a lot of people that are coming on and doing their own channel, doing their own thing, and I try to keep up with them. Anytime I see somebody that just jumps on into YouTube and starts doing RPG stuff, I try to subscribe to them, and I try to keep tabs on what's going on. Uh, One thing I try to do in particular with the YouTube thing is if I'm watching videos, I always see what videos are listed on the right, see what are similar videos. And most of the time they're videos that I have no interest in. But every once in a while I'll notice somebody like talking about RPGs that I've never heard of before, and I'll look at their video, and then I'll see that they have other RPG videos, and then I'll subscribe. So if you want to try to find RPG videos, feel free to go through some of my subscriptions and the people that I'm subscribed to, and you should be able to find some more channels that way. But to get back to the topic at hand, some of the podcasts I want to talk about are some of them deal with like old school D&D, other things like that, general RPG podcasts, and I listen to them when I can. I have a tendency that I'll be able to listen to like half of them sometimes. I won't be able to listen to the second half. I don't know, like I said, YouTube's kind of taking up my time. But when I do get a chance, and I'm just kind of laying back and relaxing, and I just want to listen to something in the background, I'll put on some RPG chatter, and a lot of these have been very good. The one I've been listening to a lot lately is the Save or Die podcast, or the SOD podcast, as they like to call it, which basically deals with old school classic Dungeons and Dragons, and like basic and expert. And I'll put links to all these downstairs in the dungeon, and you guys can link to them. Go check them out if you want to. So that's the Save or Die podcast. Another one is for first edition AD&D, and it's called Rule for Initiative. And Vince, he's the guy that does the Save or Die podcast. He also does the Rule for Initiative podcast, but there's different alternate hosts that take over from time to time and kind of, just talk to him during the show. There's a new one called Thaco's Hammer, which is for second edition AD&D. Like I said, the one that I'm mostly interested in is the Save or Die one, but it's cool that there's different podcasts for different versions of D&D to just hash out ideas and talk about things. So that's Thaco's Hammer, second edition. I've put up a couple videos about Darker Days, and that's the White Wolf podcast. I'll just link to it here again. I like that one a lot. It's a lot of fun. The Jennisodes. Now, there was a podcast called the Trapcast, which was kind of like a general RPG podcast, and Jenn was a part of that. How I found out about Trapcast was that I was at my gaming convention in Pittsburgh, and Jenn was actually playing in a game with me, and she actually chopped my head off, if I remember correctly. And it was actually pretty enjoyable. Having a beautiful woman chop off your head, you really must try it sometime. So anyway, she was really cool, really down to earth, and I don't know, we sat and talked a little bit about RPGs. So, but she has her own podcast now because the Trapcast died, and I'll link to that down there. Fear the Boot is another one that I really enjoy. Haven't really listened to all their podcasts because they have a huge backload of them. So if you're a person that has a job where you can sit down and actually listen to some things for a while, if you just have one of those jobs where you can just listen to stuff in the background and it doesn't really affect your work, that would be probably a good thing to listen to, I think. They have hundreds of podcasts, which is pretty impressive. But I also did a little video about their introduction to RPGs in 7 parts, and I thought that was really well done. And I generally agree with most of what they say, so I thought that was pretty cool. And my cat's attacking my computer. Lefty wants to say hi again. But yeah, those are some of the podcasts I listen to when I get time. They're all fairly well put together, and I find myself chuckling out loud a lot of times. But if you have time and you like podcasts and you like RPGs, then check them out. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.